like the ultimate victim.
คนตายเนี่ย
Yeah. Well, but actually that works. If somebody
เดิน
was
แตกไปว่า
killed crossing the street by a car, they're a victim of an auto accident.
ออโต้เอ็กซิเดนต์
Yeah, they're a victim of an accident.
Teacher, do you know Lao country and dam broken
Oh yeah,
water
they're victims. They're
เดินแตก
yeah.
แต่ติดคำถามที่
ไม่ใช่เปล่า
ข่ม
วะ
ขืนภาษา
ไม่รู้ใช่แต่วันนี้เนี่ยถามคุณดูดีอยู่
Accident.
อ๋อ
ไม่งั้นถามดิ
ที่ชื่อ
Yeah.
เหล็กแตกกับโบกี้แดงอาจารย์เข้าใจอยู่แล้ว
ไม่รู้ I don't think it's a polite way to argue
What?
polite
Argue about what?
with a teenager
Yes.
walk the street in the dark one
Yeah.
night
Yeah.
and someone
สำคัญ
Chinese teacher, Chinese man and woman have sex.
Oh,
Yes.
rape.
You know, no,
No.
the woman not around, not around.
not permit
Not
No.
This word, how this word.
All right. Let's try this again. Two men are walking down the
ถ้า
street.
มันมีวอล์กอินเดอะดาร์
Yeah.
the lady teenager
Yeah.
walk in the dark one night on the
Yes.
street and two men
แบ็คไก่แบ็ค
the
ไก่
stranger the stranger man
Come to
try
her.
to
Okay. They're looking to assault her.
ถูกแล้วเพราะเขาพูด
Try that.
ขืนอะไร
ใหญ่
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. How did we get to this topic?
ก็วิกทิม
I don't know much you all.
วิกทิม
It's a good thing the monks aren't in the room now.
อัน
Okay.
นี้ยังไม่เป็นเด็กมาเลย
เนี่ยเขาบอกเนี่ย
what and
Okay. She's walking down the dark alley. They come to her. They're going to do bad things. They're going to
เนี่ยอีกนิดอยู่
assault her, possibly rape.
outrage
แรงเลย
Rape.
outrage yes
Rape. What?
outrage outrage
Spell.
O U T R A G E
อันนี้เรียกแต่ว่า
Outrage. Outrage. That's not the right word.
no no
Outrage would go over here. And we'll talk about that one later. But that would be an assault, or a rape. It's a variation of crime.
can call is the victim
They are a victim. She's a victim. Yes, she is the
รู้
victim.
กันได้เลยเนาะ
And it's only rape if sexual activity takes place. Otherwise, it's an assault. Okay? With no sexual activity, it's an assault. With sexual activity, it's a rape.
rape
เรดไม่ของเรดอันนั้นอัน
อั
นั้น
นนี้ก็จะอยู่โจมเลย
ข้างบน
ข้างบนสองตัวข้างบนตัวเนี่ย
ไม่ใช่อยู่คือ
อันไรเนี่ย
อันไหนเป็นจุด
เอาหน้าข้างบนนี่ผู้ชาย
ดูฟังได้สุด
Aggression.
ๆเป็นเรียนไปเรียนมาเอารู้ไว้นะ
Okay. That's the difference between the two.
อะไร
Assault is physical aggression.
physical aggression
That means that they're actually going to be touching your body in anger. Aggression, everybody know what aggression means? It's a variation of aggressive.
วิญญาณ
in
Aggression.
MOU
เอาไปตรงไหน
ข้างบนลาวนี่แหละลูกละเมิดอะไร
ข้างบนใช่ไหมพี่
ข้างบนนี่แหละ
Aggression is, remember we just talked about passive? Aggressive is the opposite of passive. It means that you're the person that's actually doing the action.
try to do,
You try to do something.
but not succeed.
Depends on whether you're doing it to somebody passive or
Fighting
equally
teacher.
aggressive.
Someone try to fight.
Aggressive. That means that you're the one that's taking the action.
ครูออกมาถึงตรงนี้ได้ยังไง
You're taking action. You're being aggressive. Your siblings, when they come to your house and stay there,
Yeah.
they're aggressive.
They aggressive.
They're being aggressive by saying, I'm staying at your house as long as I want. That's
Yeah.
aggressive. Okay?
thank you teacher
A teacher says MOU.
Oh,
Involved.
involved.
I
I-N.
INVO.
involve
Involved.
involve มีดีด้วย ed
And aggressive is opposite of passive.
Correct. Aggressive is the opposite of passive. Okay. I hope they're not taping this part of the class. Okay, outrage.
knowledge ค่ะพี่
Everybody know what outrage means? No peeking.
no
Outrage is,
no kicking หรอกทำไม่ได้หรอกพี่หรอก
outrage is anger.
เกิดโกรธเหรอ
Anger.
Other words for outrage. Other words for outrage or anger.
ทำให้ฉันแค้นตัวแรง
I get mad.
ไม่โกรธ ใช้เป็นที่หน่วยที่
So that's outrage.
เอาหมดเลย
Okay, now what annoys you about yourself? Yeah. What annoys you about yourself?
In this case,
Yeah, what annoys you about yourself?
But when I feel under the weather, one and today and maybe
ขากินไม่ดีนะแต่พี่ไม่ชอบกิน
เศร้า
ไม่ได้ทำอ่ะ
ไม่ต้องกดที่ไหน
เอาได้ไม่ได้ต่อเจอไม่ได้ต่อซื้อกิน
Okay.
เกิดใส่หมอก
Spell that wrong.
เป็นแองเกิล
I think it's that one.
เป็น
No, I think it's
W
what I was right the first
E A
time.
T S E.
W-E-A. Yeah,
WEA.
that was right.
โอเค
Under the weather. Under the weather, everybody know what that means. That is an idiom.
โอเคค่ะ
Under the weather. I don't feel good.
Sick.
Yeah, sick.
I feel under the how to say today is okay, tomorrow sick. Today is okay, tomorrow sick. What how to say?
You give me the thought that you're trying to give. How do you know you're gonna feel sick tomorrow?
คนที่เชื่อเนี่ย
Today, for example, today I feel getting better,
Yes?
but tomorrow I feel sick again and after
How can you know how you're going to feel tomorrow? That's where I'm having the problem here. You can't know how you're going to feel tomorrow, right?
Yes, I don't know. Tomorrow I feel sick, but it's happened.
But you don't know it, and you can only talk about how you're going to, or how you felt, not how you're going to feel. I mean, there are some situations where I guess you can anticipate. I'm getting married tomorrow, I'm going to feel happy. But feeling sick, you can't know that you're going to feel sick tomorrow. You can only know you felt sick yesterday. Okay? That's where I'm having the problem with your question. So I don't know what to say.
I think he is very weak. Some day he is okay, some day he gets sick all the times like this.
Okay, so what we're saying is, let's do this. John is ill. Some days are better than others. John is ill, we know that. But some days are better than others. In other words, some days he feels better than other days. So some days are better than others is an idiom. He feels better than on other days.
Some days.
John is ill, some days are better than others, or he feels better some days.
Today, okay, and that's tomorrow.
Right. The best you can say is, I'm not sure about tomorrow. You can't say he's not going to feel well tomorrow. He may or may not.
I understand. I can't say tomorrow I will feel. I
Yeah.
give you an example,
Yeah.
but I can't
Yeah.
explain.
Yeah, no, I got it. So everybody kind of understands where we're going. Okay.
Some days are better than other. Is an idiom.
Yes, it is.
He feels better.
Some days are better than others is an idiom.
Some days are better.
That is an idiom. Some days are better than others. But that's true about life, isn't it? Some days are better than others. So there you can also see the some days are better than others is an example why we might use an idiom. We're using less words to convey the same idea. Okay, Sue, what annoys you about yourself?
ออกไปแล้วมาไฟล์ Insect.
No, what annoys you about you?
เกี่ยวกับตัว
What would you like to change about yourself? What upsets you about yourself?
When I found some people under the table.
No.
I don't like.
under the table.
I don't like under the table.
I don't understand.
ไม่ชอบคนเมาอ่ะ
เขาให้คนอื่นเรื่องตัวเองไม่ใช่เรื่องคนอื่น
อ๋อ
she doesn't like someone who drank
เออ
Oh,
and get drunk.
under the table
under the table.
But
เมา
Okay.
เมาเมา
Uh-huh.
เมา
อะไรนะ I don't like
Someone who drank,
under
okay.
the table ก็เมาไง
โอ้
I don't like.
ความรู้สึก
someone who drank บอก
someone who drinks too much alcohol. But that doesn't answer my question. It's about what you don't like about you.
Okay.
Yes, what you don't like about you, not about someone else.
smell
You don't like the way you smell. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. And the reason it's interesting is because the way I smell.
SM.
S-M-E-L-L. What is smelling?
ดมกลิ่นเนี่ย
There are two ways smell can be used. One is I smell stuff.
Good smell, perfume,
Yeah.
is very good smell.
The, walking on, I think I said this to you last week, one of the things that I noticed when I first came to Thailand is the smell of the food in the streets. It smells really good.
อร่อย
Until you eat it and then it's too hot.
On the street, when I had a smell, I feel hungry.
That's the good smell. But smell can also be bad. It's, I smell funny. I got too hot and bothered and I perspired and I smell bad. So, I smell can means it's the way I smell the stuff around me or with my nose, or it's the odor that I give off. So it's kind of interesting.
I don't like the way I can. Begin na.
The odor I give off, which could be perfume that other people don't like.
Order I give
ออเดอร์มันต้องมีอ่านตรงเนี่ย
เขาปิดประจ
ที่ชอบออเดอร์
ำไม่ต้องบอกว่าเป็นประจำเลย
ไม่เป็นไรช่างเอาไป
เรารู้เอง
Perspiration. Perspiration
I don't
odor.
like the way
When I sweat.
เนี่ย
order I give off.
I might not be spelling this one right. Or
Perfume.
bad breath.
Perfume.
The way I smell could be any one of those things. Or it could be
Perspiration. แปลว่าอะไร Perspiration.
the things that I smell. The way I smell is
Teacher, what is the meaning of
perspiration is sweat.
เนี่ย
When I don't know what your term is, when I overexert myself,
เอ็กซ์ไซส์
Sin of smelling.
the sense of smell is what you do through your nose. So you smell food, you smell flowers, you smell
Smell someone.
someone. Well, yeah, and they may smell
Well,
good, they may
because it-
smell bad.
Because it drinks and smell.
Yeah.
from the body.
Yes,
If you
if you exert
dance
yourself.
too much for a long
Or
time.
you're in the heat too long, or, you know, lots of reasons that you might perspire. You exercise too much. Okay, I just want to change this one too, so we say it correctly. I don't like it when I don't like it when someone drinks themselves under the table. That's the complete thing. When someone drinks themselves under the table.
Teacher, I confused.
What?
Why do you say I don't like the way I smell? What
I
is
don't
the
know.
meaning of
I don't
this?
know. I think we should ask Sue that. That it could be interpreted either way. I had an
For what
aunt,
this sentence for what? For
I-
this kind what?
I don't know. I don't like the way I smell. I had an aunt who had an accident when she was a young girl and had no sense of smell. So she didn't like the way she smelled because she couldn't smell anything. So I don't know what that means, but it could mean either way.
If I say that I don't like the way I smell, you understand?
No,
Oh, why?
because it could be this or it could be this. I don't know. I'm just writing down what you tell me. Okay, everybody done? Okay, why don't we take a break?
Okay.
Take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. And we will continue. I didn't even see the tea.
เซนิสคันฉันก็เข้าไล่เขาไม่ได้ไล่เข้าไปไม่ได้เสียสิ
It's nice in this room, it's cool, it's
กระ
comfortable.
บอกกระบอกใหญ่ไป
จะบอกอะไรคะให้ตู้หมอก
ระบอกที่จะใส่อะไรอ่ะ
เอาให้หมดแล้วจะบอกไปเลยตู้หมอกใส่นิดเดียว
ก็ไม่มีกระบอกเอากระบอกอันนี้บอกว่า
เอาตู้เอาตู้เอาตู้
มันมีใหญ่เล็กแค่มีเยอะก็จะมาให้
โอเคโอเคเอาไปใส่ตู้ใส่นี่ วันนั้นตู้มาให้แล้วกระบอกก็เริ่มทำมาแล้วให้มัน
ก็นี่ไงตัวใหญ่
มันมีฝาปิดด้วย
ว่ามันมีอันเล็กด้วยอะไรเดียว
โอเค
Companion.
มันเล็กมันก็เล็กไปไงนี่เยอะมากเลยเพราะว่ากิน
Do I have a good companion?
ต้องไปนมสดอะไรพวกนี้
A good friend.
เขาก็บอกว่าเริ่มเป็นของ
Usually companion means a romantic relationship.
ไม่โรงแรม
No, usually, if you say companion, Darlene is my traveling companion. So she's a friend that travels with me. You and I could be companions, but usually when you use the word companion, it means it's usually a love relationship. Usually. But a traveling companion would be an idiom that we would use. So she's a friend that I travel with. But usually you're saying a companion is somebody that you have a romantic relationship with, you're living with, but not married to. So that's usually the way it's used. Not always.
Available is mean
A variable,
available. A-V-I-L-A-B-L.
available,
Available.
available. Okay, available in terms of companions?
Yes.
Not involved in a romantic relationship. We use that. John is available, which means he's looking for a girlfriend
ไม่
or
รู้อ่ะ
maybe a
ไม่รู้
boyfriend.
เพราะห้องน้ำชายไง
He's available.
แล้วห้องน้ำหญิงใช่ปะ
โอ้โอ้
ไม่ผิดนะ
อ้าวไม่เข้า
You're looking for
ไม่ผิดก็
or you're open
ห้องน้
to.
ไปไม่เปลี่ยน
ำเดี๋ยวคิดเก็บไป
Open to romance.
นี่หนูนี่ออกมากินเอาออกมากิน
Okay? To make it clear.
Only available is mean open to romance or romance with companion. Only one word is open to what
Romance, it would have to be open to romance with a companion is redundant.
Okay. Okay.
I love redundant. It's one of my
I
favorites.
always say redundant. Always use one word and
Yeah.
use again, over and over,
Yeah.
redundant.
Yeah, you're basically, if you're open to romance, it has to be with someone. So it has to be with a companion. No problem. Happy to help.
Very difficult.
You do well.
ทำไมต้อง open to romance ทำไมถึงจะ open to romance ไม่เธอพูดเธอคำถามเธอ